Secondly, just a second.
Second, sorry.
Yeah. And the second is just, I wanted to show you, because of course we would love to take that video interview, maybe place it on our website. But to be sure, there's a small text which I've prepared. It's just saying like, I hereby declare that by publishing my evaluation, video feedback, and so on and so forth, that it's allowed and that we're doing it only for. So I would just share my screen. And then I would love the whole thing, you know, the application process and all this stuff. So actually, just congratulations. I think, how long are you now in the new position?
In 3 days it will be 1 month. So I started in the middle of October, so almost a month already. Yeah.
Freshman.
Yeah, exactly.
And how is it going? How are you feeling at the new?
It's really exciting to be starting a new position. Like we mentioned on the phone call, it's also a PhD opportunity as well. So it's very interesting to have this opportunity. Everybody there in the institute is very friendly. The team is very welcoming. So the whole environment is amazing. It's a bit overwhelming with so many things to learn and do, but the whole experience is really interesting, and I am really happy where I am.
Wonderful. And maybe you could just shortly introduce yourself, maybe your name, age, and your profession.
Yeah. So my name is Mohammed Al Hayani, and I am 27 years old, and I am a Python developer or data scientist. And I have a background in communication technology engineering. I came here to Germany in 2017. I did my master's studies there in a city called Ulm. And I basically finished my graduation right about the time when Corona started. So it was not really the best time to graduate. But through the challenges and everything, here I am now doing my PhD in Berlin. So everything led to this point. So I'm quite happy for everything.
Wonderful. Yeah. And could you maybe just tell us a little bit about the problems you came across when you were searching for a job? Which obstacles were in your way? And that would be, I think, interesting for others who are searching for a job.
I mean, there is no doubt that as a foreigner in a country, new country, it's there's a lot of challenges of finding new work, whether it's a language barrier or even race barrier or whatever. There's always the challenges about finding a new opportunity. So I think that was the main problem as someone trying to find work. All this just challenges. I would apply by myself, maybe a couple of positions, 2-3 positions a day or so, and some would go through, some would not. But then you get showered with all these rejections. It kind of affects your mentality. Sometimes you start to doubt yourself, maybe a little bit. But sometimes it's not just about you, and it's just that it's not the best fit, and you find out, or when you think about it later, you realize that okay, maybe that wasn't really what I was looking for. And that was basically the challenges. It gets a bit hard to try to find work in a foreign country, and I think that's where came in, and it was really a good opportunity to apply through there. To go through with that, you really had nothing to lose, if I could say. I mean, it really provides so many different advantages to someone who is looking for work, because you prepare your cover letter, and your CV, and even on their website there have tons of templates that you can take a look at, and maybe put your maybe get inspired from some of the templates that are there, copy some of them, and then make your own. So this was also one big advantage.
So
and then
it also means the templates, you have access to the whole templates, you can download them, you can
it was all there. I mean, not everything of course is relevant to what I'm looking for, but I mean, that's the point. It's there is something for everyone, basically. If you're an engineer, if you're into finance, I also saw some stuff related to software engineering and hardware engineering. So there was something for everything, really. And it was just about searching the right keyword, and then you will have at least 10-20 templates that you can just take a look at, and then just gather some points from here and there, and then make your own. CV and cover letter, which would then be given to process.
Wonderful. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, this is a new perspective. I mean, I've done some video interviews already, and this is something which nobody has addressed up to now, you know.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it is there, of course, it is there. And I mean, you don't have to go through this to take a look at this kind of CVs and so on. But it's just for me personally, when I started to search for work, I have updated my CV and cover letter many times in the hopes that, okay, maybe I need to tweak it in this way. Maybe I need to change this in this way, add this kind of keyword. And so, and hopefully to try to get like a successful interview and reach the final stage. And just having access to these kind of templates and other CVs and cover letters also gave me kind of an idea what kind of CVs and cover letters are the ones that are sent in Germany. So I saw a different style than what I am used to writing, especially for the cover letter, writing these different bullet points and so on. I didn't do that in my cover letter, and I thought maybe this is something that I need to do in order for someone to read my cover letter, for example.
All right. Yeah, I totally get you. No? This is a relevant point, I guess, also. And I think also something else which is interesting for me, but also for Ipsa as well. And how did you got to notice about it in the first place?
I mean, I was doing an internship in Berlin at the time, and yeah, to just make a long story short, I was running out of time basically for my resident permit, as I had the 18-month search for job visa after I finished my graduation. Of course, most of those 18 months was during COVID and so on, so it was not even the best time to find work anyways. And I had some interviews that were canceled just simply because of COVID. And so it was not really the easiest time. And a friend of mine, during this internship that I was doing, he mentioned, and he said that there is this service online that can help you search for job, and like it can be a chance, like you have nothing to lose, basically just go through it and see how it goes. And yeah, I went through the website, I took a look, and it seems really interesting. Like basically they do the entire process for you. They send the applications for you, they even like remove all this negativity, all the negative replies that you don't really get to look at, and you just get basically the good responses saying that someone wants to do an interview with you or whatever. And I think this whole process was really, it kind of relieves you a bit. It reduces the stress a bit, knowing that you don't have to wake up every day. Like, I need to send applications today. I need to write this cover letter. I need to do this. You know that someone is already taking care of that for you. And then the rest is really up to you, because once someone replies to you and say, okay, we are interested, we want to do an interview with you, then this is where it's up to you. If cannot do any law, they cannot like get the contract for you. You have to do something, and so this is up to you. And then this is the point where you get to show your skills, your talent, and you have kind of the main point that I would like to stress here is that normally as an individual without any services, when you're applying by yourself, when you get one or two applications that are accepted, or like you have an interview, there's a lot of stress that, okay, I need to do this and I need to show my best self. Of course, in any interview you have to do that, but with the amount of interviews that you are getting, you kind of get this relief, like, okay, I am not so stressed. I can just do this interview. If it doesn't work out, I still have, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 more that I can do and do my best. So it's just this small stress-free environment that is providing is really helpful then. So you can just be as comfortable as you can during the interview, knowing that they're just interested to talk with you, and you just show your best self.
Wonderful. Very interesting. Very interesting. I think a lot of questions which I even wanted to ask, I think you already answered them, kind of, you know. For me, it's also interesting to see, like, was it really clear and loud enough that kind of you don't have anything to lose? There are more advantages, you know, than the other thing. Was it totally clear that you, for instance, you don't have to pay in advance, or was it clear from the website and from the beginning?
I mean, for me as a person, I guess many people are like me. We sometimes get a bit skeptical about this kind of offers and stuff like that online. And so definitely I had my doubts. I think it's because a friend of mine is the one who recommended it. I sort of had this like, okay, I trust him. He knows people who did it and it worked out. So yeah, I will give it a try as well. But even without that, looking at the website, there was really no indication of like anything that you have to do basically, because it's all dependent on your success in the end. You don't have to pay like a deposit or anything, or some kind of I don't know, anything that you have to do in order to even get the service. You really have nothing to lose. You just submit your CV, your cover letter, your documents, then review it, send you the contract. You review the contract is quite basic, or like a normal contract that you would see. So you sign it and then you just wait for the opportunity. There is not the point where they tell you, okay, maybe you need to send us some money now, or you need to do this now. Like there was nothing like that. So you really have nothing to lose. They offer you the service, and if you are successful, then you like reward this like service that helped you basically.
Okay, okay, exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to point out. Not me, I just wanted to hear it from you. I heard it.
Yeah, of course, and it's true. I mean, really, there was nothing like fishy or whatever in the website. Everything was clear. Like even there were some videos on the website as well explaining everything, and so it was really very helpful just to take a couple of days just to go through the website, see the relevant things, and then when it's time to make the decision, then do it. I would say just one feedback is that I didn't know that I have to put my CV and cover letter in German. So when I submitted my application and then they said, okay, we would like you to give us your CV in German, it took me like at least a week or so to translate everything
Oh,
down.
really? Yeah.
And of course, they were asking me to do it. So maybe just mention that submitting this would have to be in German, so they don't have to waste time in between the process, which what happened with me.
No, this I will pass on. I mean, though we are in Germany, we have a lot of
Yeah,
companies
makes
who
sense.
don't feel requiring you to speak German. By all means, it's not necessarily often. But I think
no, of course.
This is a good point, which I can hand over, so that also in future we have this kind of opportunity. I mean, there are also some good translation tools which can help you, of course. But if I hear that it took you 1 week, this is 1 week of wasting time.
I was also looking too much into details as well. I was like trying to make everything as perfect as possible, and also looking at the templates and doing my own kind of style to the CV and cover letter. So that's why it took some time. If I knew in advance, I would probably have prepared before contacting Ipser, and then everything would have went through right away. So
okay, I understand totally. And did you have any clue about initiative application before you came to? Did you know that there is something like this, or you only went to your normal application way like always?
No, I knew about it during my studies because I worked as a student, working student during my master's studies, and the way that I applied to this internship or working student was through an initiative application. So that's what I got. I knew about from the beginning. But I guess most people tend to apply for a specific job that they find interesting on a company's website. And not always all companies offer this initiative applications. And even if they do, sometimes it's quite hidden, that you have to find it in a different position. So it's not always easy to find out about that, unless you have, for example, the HR email, or you find this through LinkedIn or other kind of websites that then you can contact the HR or whoever is responsible directly.
Yeah, all right. I think this is exactly what IPSA is, like you said, is taken from your load, and rather like finding out the email, then you have to go to the website, and the websites often don't show the information you need in your face and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think this is very interesting as well. And what about your employment agent? Could he really help you? Did she communicate well with you? How was your experience with that?
I mean, I honestly don't have any like negative feedback to say about Mr. Zippen. He was super helpful. He was the communication was clear. There was also like even a period during when he was sending me the different applications. Sometimes I would reply to him directly without forgetting to change. I like he always writes the note like, please, when you reply to this email, remove this part of the email and remove. But sometimes because you get like, I don't know, 5-6 emails, sometimes you just forget and reply directly. So he was always so kind, like he would reply back to me, like you send this email to me, please like resend it to the person who sent this email. But also other than that, there was a time where I was getting a couple of interviews during 1 week and he was still sending me more emails, and I asked him if he could like pause the application for a while. Like it's just that my schedule, I had like a few interviews during the week and some of them were like in an advanced level, and like I was just I told him I need a break from the new ones until I figured this out, and he totally understood, and he told me that he would pause this for a while until I tell him to continue again. So yeah, like he was super helpful.
Okay, wonderful. This is a great story. Getting too much of application, please stop.
You never imagine yourself saying that, like I have too many applications, I cannot handle it, but it
exactly
happens,
So is there like how was your journey? I mean, to come to Germany, and maybe just a short one. How you came to Germany? What did you do here up till then you said I want to apply for a job right now?
Well, initially I'm from Egypt originally, and I studied in the German university in Cairo, and they had this collaboration with the University of Ulm here in Germany. So at the end of my bachelor studies, I wanted to do the master's, and I knew about Ulm University, so I applied there. I got accepted, and then came to Germany to start my master's studies. And like I said, I came in 2017. I finished around the end of 2019. I took a short break after my studies, hoping like I would start looking for work around February or so. But then March, everything went crazy with COVID here in Europe and in Germany. So it was definitely a tough year, but I guess it was tough for everyone. So it's totally fine. But it definitely was not what I was expecting. So I thought that I would finish my graduation, I would take a break, and then probably by the middle of the end of 2020 I would be working, and that's the end of the story basically. But it wasn't like that. And actually on like a positive side, it was actually kind of what I needed, because during this time I kind of helped grow my skills. I took some online courses. I participated in some online projects. I took this kind of short-term employment with a contractor in the US, where I was working in some projects as well. So it helped me grow myself. I don't think I was ready to work in the field that I wanted to work at after I graduated. I think this year of 2020, despite all the negativity and all the bad things that happened, it was also a good time for me to focus more on my skills and not just be sitting around waiting for things to get better.
I think this is also really something I heard also, just to give you also feedback from a lot of people, that this time, of course, it was really like crucial and, draining, but on the other end, you could do something positive out of it. You have this online things going on more and more to elevate yourself on another level, to be then applying for jobs, but having more skills, So,
I mean, this time was like there were basically two kinds of people. I think like people who are just sitting at home and just waiting this out, and then they can go back to their normal lives, and other people who took it as an opportunity that they have more time at home. They can maybe focus on a skill, maybe not necessarily about work, but a personal skill or whatever. So they took it as a time to develop themselves more. And those are the people who will probably be ahead right now. So I think
I think so too. No? I think, how is it now? I mean, now this is very interesting. Now you got a job. You have done your studies, you've done internships and so on and so forth. Now you got a job. So what is different now, having a job? Is it you can support families, friends, whatever? What is different kind of for you now, having a job?
I mean, now we are almost at the end of 2021, and like I said, I wanted to look for work at the beginning of 2020. So it feels like it was this like dream that I've been saying. I want to find work, like a permanent position. I found some short-term employments during this last 2 years, but my goal was always find this like permanent or like long-term employment, so I can be a bit more stable. So definitely finally being here, it's kind of a relief. I cannot really explain how stressed it was the last 18 months, especially with knowing that the end of my resident permit, and I already kind of built a life here in Germany as well, so I didn't want to leave that back and have to go to Germany, to back to Egypt. So yeah, it was definitely stressful, but now that I'm here, I definitely don't have as the same stress that I had like 2 months ago, let's say. So yeah, it's definitely a big improvement. I am really happy that I am here right now, despite all the ups and downs during this past 2 years. Yeah, it made me to a better person, a stronger person, I think. And yeah, I couldn't really complain. It is what it is, and you just have to go through it.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm really happy for you. Honestly, we don't know each other, but I'm happy, for everybody who has gone through a kind of period, but then rose again, out of
exactly. It
after you
always
can
feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can give up, sending applications and all that stuff. You can give up, or you find another way. Like for instance,
exactly.
which can be a good opportunity. But what would you say? I think this is the last question. What do you think? Which people is good for? Or which target group would you say? Please try it with. Because I think it's good for you because of this and that reason.
I mean, even my friend who recommended this to me, he was also an engineer, and I think the two people who he knew did it were also engineers. So I kind of I would say it would be really a good opportunity for engineers. But when I was looking at like I said, the templates, and also when Ipsos sent me the form of different fields that I would like them to apply for me, there were really fields from everything, really, from medical fields to engineering fields and so on. As an engineer, I would say definitely an engineer would be a really good opportunity, because it doesn't matter which field you are really interested in. I think every field wants engineers in one way or another to do, whether it's the web development or the back-end development, front-end development, artificial intelligence, the list just goes on and on.
Yeah.
So definitely, I would say this is a very, very good opportunity. And I mean, like I said earlier, and like you mentioned also, you really have nothing to lose, no matter which background you have, and you are really struggling to find the work. You really have nothing to lose. Just go for it, see if it fits you. If it works, then great, then you found what you were really looking for. If not, then you are still looking anyways. You really have nothing to lose or to be worried about. So just go for it, and you might end up finding something that you didn't even expect. Like I mentioned to you on the phone, I was not really expecting that I would find a PhD position through it. I was just basically just looking for any kind of employment, and I found this PhD. I thought that it fits what I was looking for, and yeah, here I am. So you might really find something that you didn't expect in the end, which would be really good as well.
This is a really nice ending word. Yeah, good motivation for others who are seeking a job. I really must say it was really nice talking to you. I really enjoyed it. Your English is really good, no? Not that
I studied, the whole studies were in English during even my school, and everything was in English. So
now I'm even feeling shy to speak English because no, honestly.
But thank you so much for reaching out. I have to say, it was really good to have the phone call with you, and then also the video call as well today. I really hope many people would also try it out, because I also recommended a friend of mine who is currently with, and I think he's quite close to signing a contract. He recently told me earlier this week. So it's definitely a good opportunity, and like I say it many times, but you really have nothing to lose, and you might end up finding something that you've been looking for so long.
Yeah, wonderful. So I wish him also good luck. Yeah. I wish you also further good luck. I mean, 1 month,
Thank
but
you.
I'm sure you would stay there now seeking your PhD and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's going
Thank
to
you
be a
so much
long.
for your time. Yeah, that was
Thank you.
really grateful. I'm really grateful.
Yeah, it was really a pleasure talking with you, and
Thank
yeah, thank you for everything. And yeah, hopefully we can talk again maybe later.
Yeah, by all means. I will also let you find the link when it's online so that you can also see yourself. Yeah. All
Thank you
right.
very much. It
Thank
was
you
a
too.
great
Yeah.
talking with
Have
you.
a great day.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
yeah, you too.